Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's shut up. Shit. What's going on? Merry Christmas, Nicholas. Merry Christmas to everybody that's watching this on the replay. And it's gonna come in here a little bit um, later. Everybody, Merry Christmas. Hopefully, you guys are with family, friends, or or maybe just like with the title of the live stream, you're just getting some rest because the holidays are gone and dead to a certain extent. So we're gonna talk about that, and then we'll let you guys get on with your Christmas. You said I had a major home gym day. Yeah, man. Like I gotta um, get mine in a little bit after the live stream. I'm gonna do about 4 miles on the tread, not on the treadmill, but like on the touching grass on the trail. So, but yeah, guys, it's actually kind of sad, but it is what it is. And all of this stuff is kind of connected to dating as well, and how the dynamics between the men and the women truly are, which is why the holidays are don't feel the same. All this stuff is connected. Day three love. Amelia says, "Merry Christmas." Shout out to you. Merry Christmas to you as well. You and your family. Merry Christmas to everybody that's in here. You guys double tap the screen, hit the like button. So let's get right into this because I don't want this stream to be too long. We're here not for a long one today. Excuse me. So one of the main reasons why the holidays feel dead is because there's no sense of community or family. And the reason why there's no community or family is because of the dynamics that's going on between men and women. Feminism, matriarchy, weak men, nobody committing to long-term relationships. So this is one of the reasons why the holidays don't feel so like they used to, because you used to feel like you had family, you had um, community, you felt loved, respected. All of that is gone now. It's because of between the mindset between men and women today and how they view relationships and how cautious and how they are rejecting these relationships. What's going on, introvert? Merry Christmas, man. He said, "What's up? Happy holidays." Now everybody's on social media. Yeah, exactly. New age women are something entirely new. Yeah, Nicholas, they're entirely new, and you have to adapt. I did a live stream last night, completely breaking down matriarchy and the certain kind of woman that you have to deal with today. But that's one of the consequences when men and women aren't choosing each other. Things like the traditions and family holidays like Christmas don't feel like Christmas. And that is to go on to the fact that, once you hit the real world and you're not in school and you're not in college and you're in the real world and you have a job, um, the holidays really just serve like as a rest day, really. Who's to blame for matriarchy and feminism? The weak males and is really who is really the main culprit because they platform these different things. Now they didn't platform them because they wanted women to be this. They did it for society collapse because they knew all the stuff that's happening today would happen. It's a famous quote that said, "You can't beat America straight on, so you have to destroy it from within." And so that's what the main one of the main uses of destroying society is through feminism. But you know, I know some credible passport bros, and they're saying that this stuff is being spread all over the world. Now, I don't know what that says about the human species going forward 200-300 years from now. I don't know what that says about that. It's not looking too good. But this is the stuff that we have to deal with today, guys. And the holidays, they don't feel because, okay, first of all, you're broke. Most people are broke, so you can't even afford the gifts that you want to get people. The economy's gone. I mean, people on Black Friday and Cyber Monday weren't even really truly out there buying and going out and doing stuff. They were staying at home and saving money. And so it's a lot of different things. It's the combination of men and women not having families and not wanting to commit to marriage or long-term relationships, and it's also the economy where or your job where you have to work incessantly to where you can't even really truly put the lights up. You're working 12 hours a day. You don't have time to put the lights up, or you don't have enough money to have give the people that you love the gifts that they want. And so all of this stuff is just going into the bag as to why the holidays just don't feel the same anymore. See, these are the major consequences of putting women on the pedestal. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, I think men are more than ever trying to be better. Um, some men, Nicholas, I don't think it's crazy because the women they complain about these weak males today, but they're the ones that raised them. It's quite crazy. I talked about that last night. It's like, how are you going to complain about the men that you raised? You took them away from the father. You've taken them away because it's your body, your choice. You had kids out of wedlock. So they're constructing these different things, guys, and really the mindset of today's woman is completely delusional, and there's nothing you can really do to change her mind. She's too deep in her beliefs, too entrenched in her beliefs. As you guys come in, double tap the screen for me, hit the like button. The thing is, I think men are trying to be better. Some men, um, and ish is getting too expensive. Now there are some Christmas sales, but you still need enough to cover the cost of buying these items. Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is, a lot of people on Christmas and these holidays, they go into debt and buying different stuff on credit, which is not the smartest thing. But hey, people want their people to feel happy and loved. And so, as a man, you have to make a tough decision on the holidays and these different stuff, right? Because you're not loved based on love itself. So your love is based on what you can provide and give other people. So, these men in marriages, they feel pressured to get these women, their wives and their children things, even if they can't afford it, they feel pressure because they want to feel that love. And that's the thing with these men today. They want to feel loved, even though they'll never truly be loved because their love is conditional. But this is one of the critical things about relationships in the holidays. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get a woman or get your children anything they want, then you're not a good dad. You're not a good dad. Harsh reality. Now, I can't find me a girlfriend thanks to social media shifts and this so called matriarchy BS. Yeah. And they're not giving it up either. They're not giving it up either. Some men thriving for greatness via Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate influence, etc. Dan Bilzerian to be the best potential self, all to have a woman. That is a American problem. I don't really give a f about these man-made holidays. To be real with you, yeah, I mean that's a whole different thing, bro. That's a whole different other live stream. These paganistic holidays and hedonistic and what the core of them and where they came from. That's a whole different live stream, bro. But we gonna stay in normie land. We gonna stay in Normieville. you know, Thanksgiving, all this stuff we already know. But we gonna stay in Normieville. He said if women were easy, would we strive to be great? No, we actually wouldn't to a degree. The difference with today's women though is you'll be a millionaire or be making six figures and you'll still get disrespected. It's like, damn, I made all this money and I still have to deal with this stupid feminist stuff. I still have to deal with you uh, playing these different games. So it's not like you get to these different levels of strata within the society and then all the bullshit just ends. And so it's tough, guys. It's tough. Um, Long term, there's no way in hell I'm not getting the state involved in my love life. I'm not getting married, which is a sad reality because marriage is what keeps a community. But we don't have community. We don't really have nobody really likes anybody today. Nobody likes all these different things are breaking down. Republicans don't care about Republicans, or the average person. The liberals don't care about the liberals, and the average person. Black people don't care about black people. White people don't care about white people. It's all Latinos, etc. All this shit is breaking down, bro. So I mean, we can pretend like we have some kind of social cohesion, and we don't. And so, and then you don't want to make a horrible decision all because you want to fall in love. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. Your hands are tied when it comes to your love life, and you know people want to feel love and have family and all that stuff, and I want it too, but I just can't. I'm not a government guy. That's just my personality. As you guys come in, double tap the screen. If you're watching the replay, double tap the screen. Comment your thoughts below. Boyfriend or husband is a title, right? Yep. The last thing we had, Christmas tree put up back in 2011. Damn. The facts that women, I mean, it's been like a few years, I think, for me. Them Christmas trees are actually a hassle to put up. They heavy as shit. You gotta put them motherfuckers back in the attic. It's crazy, bro. And then some people they be goofy as hell. They go get a live tree and put the live tree in the damn house. It's crazy, bro. And decorate it. I don't. Anyways, people do what you want to do. The facts that women think leaving a marriage is the same as breaking up with a boyfriend. Where's the meaning of the vow? There is no meaning, bro. That's the thing. Nobody cares about these different political titles. Nobody cares about religion. Like this shit, bro. We're in the last days, bro. And it is what it is. Most people can't see it. They won't see it until they're too late. And so you'd be an idiot, and I hate to say this, but it is what it is. You'd be foolish to get into these different situations with these women, knowing that they've been 304s, knowing that they're feminists, knowing that they don't respect your authority, and then they're gonna change their minds 5, 10, 15 years, maybe longer, and stick the state on you and take your assets. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like I said yesterday, the landscape of the Western woman, dealing with the Western woman, is so treacherous that I can't sit up here and lie to you guys. A lot of you guys, you keep dealing with women, one of them is going to get you. A lot of you guys think that you're too smart and you'll never get guys. One of these women is going to get you, either for a child or something. She's going to extract some kind of resources from you because that's just how common and how the numbers are against you when it comes to picking a good woman. Now, granted, there's some good women out there that just shrinking daily, and shout out to the good women. Um, but even the good women can become corrupted. You can have a good woman today, and she can become a good woman, but if she goes around bad people or co-workers get in her ear that are feminist, or her family that's feminist gets in her ear, or friends that gets in here that are feminist, excuse me, then yeah, she can change on you. You got to be aware of that dynamic too. That's a dynamic that nobody wants to talk about. Uh, Good people can turn bad on you. Bad people don't turn to good people most likely, but good people can still turn bad on you. And that's out of your control because you can't follow your woman around all day, and you can't. She don't want to be put in the house all day and you be left in the house all day. So yeah, guys, you're in a tough position. There was a video, the Philip Scott, showing about how a man leaving a marriage is not taken lightly. I don't even know who Philip Scott show is. Have to just enjoy them while they last. A lot of them come back around. They're the players these days. They're the players these days. They have the options. They're the slave master. They can whip you via the state. It's crazy, bro. Soy Allison, what's going on? Yeah, bro. I told you guys last night we're in a matriarchy and I broke it down. So if you guys want to look at that, go watch that from last night. About a 25-minute live stream. But yeah, bro. You screwed, homie. You're screwed. And so, I don't live in fear, but at the same time, women are great con artists. And plus, some of them are very voluptuous and attractive. So all it takes is, a woman to say the right things you want to hear and be shaped the way you want her to be shaped. And that's that. And you can know all these different red pill stuff and all this different crazy stuff all you want to. But they're gonna get you, homie, if you keep dealing with the women in the West. About their friends think because they don't know me and they be more jealous and be some messy broads with no men. Well, most dudes don't care about them, but the woman is influenced by them. And if she's influenced by her friends, you become a casualty because you're entitled with her, which causes her to turn on you. So you have to care to a certain extent because her friends can influence her to turn on you, and now you're in. That's my point about men having to step up a lot to be chosen. I think the new strategy is, Nicholas, is to level up to have options. Um, I don't think it's necessarily to level up to get married, level up to get long term relationships. I think it's just level up to get options, man. Um, Step up to so you can be the top two options within her 100-man roster, you know, within her 20-man Snapchat. um, but like as far as like getting anything else out of it, nah. So that's one of the main reasons why holidays don't feel the same. And then also two guys, like women aren't having children. They're not getting families, they're not getting married. And then on top of that, they're not having kids. So Kids, you teach, it's crazy because we're taught to lie to kids. This is crazy work. The tooth fairy, the Christmas Santa, all this stuff. We're taught to lie to these children, um, and get them to believe in Santa and set cookies out and all this stuff. He's gonna jump down the chimney. This fat Santa guy. Um, we're incentivized to lie to the kids, but people don't have any kids to lie to sell the dream of Christmas and all this different stuff. So you just a lot of people just in their house cooking, eating food, watching the Cowboys getting their ass whooped. Oh man, it's crazy work, bro. this Hold on, let's talk. Forget about the women in the relationships for a second. Can we talk about on the holidays how the level of sports has deteriorated? Homie, you can't even. What do you watch? You can't even watch nothing good on the damn holidays. Ain't no good basketball games. Ain't no good football games. Everybody getting their ass whooped. Trash. That's it. They are getting DM like they have a job vacancy. Yeah, bro. Guys, I'm gonna say this one time. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. You guys would be horrified at how many men are in women's phones. If you go through her Snapchat messages are flooded. If you go through her Instagram, her DMs are flooded. If you go through her dating app messages are flooded. If you go through app, her message app is flooded. So you go through her WhatsApp is flooded. Guys, they're getting filtered in different options of men um, daily, which is why they're kind of desensitized and disrespect men because there's a lot of simps that they can, you ever have been talking to a woman on a dating app or in person and she says something ridiculous and you're like, what the hell is she talking about? And you're like, well, the reason why she said that ridiculous thing is because a lot of dudes will do it. It's crazy and obey it. What's going on, Chris? Chris in here, OG Chris. It's ish for me to worry about because I'm not letting a woman get easy access to me right now. Anyway, that's good. It means you have standards. Too many boundaries are being stepped up over, and it's over only a matter of time before someone loses their life playing with these people. Do you want to be a? Did you want to be a football player? No, I want to be a baseball player. Some of these NFL teams with garbage ass records, or they be or on losing streak. I never understood that, bro. Like, why the hell? Why nobody wants to see the damn Commanders play? Come on, homie. The Cowboys, they trash. They ain't got no damn defense. So it's like they be scheduling these. I hate that they schedule these games like years in advance because it's like, bro, who the fuck wants to watch the Commanders and like the Chicago Bears, bro? Like, who the fuck wants to watch that shit? You know what I'm saying? We trying to watch, somebody good play. I totally celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. Yeah, Merry Christmas to Chris. Shout out to you. He said the end result of red pill rage is acceptance of reality and maneuvering it positively. Yeah, but the thing is, Nicholas, that a lot of content and a lot of men still are stuck in that red pill rage stage. Like the content that still goes viral today is, women are gonna hit the wall and all this stuff. I'm like, guys, there's 40 and 45 and 50, 55-year old women that are getting more D than the average Chad. So like hit the wall for what? I mean, yeah, okay, she can't have kids, but that don't mean she's not getting a dude. That don't mean she's not getting smashed out. Yeah, she's not gonna get a relationship, or she probably can get a relationship at 45 years old. She just don't want the guy that wants her. You know what I'm saying? She don't want that 55-year-old simp. It's crazy, bro. Like they never women never snap out of that. It's crazy, bro. Uh, some people argue that the coaches are the reasons behind the team's poor performance, but it's mostly the players on the team. Yeah, I mean, it's both of them. The coaches don't teach no more in the detail, which is why quarterbacks or quarterback play is so trash. I mean, quarterback play is so trash. You got fucking Philip Rivers coming out of retirement and throwing dots at 44 years old. I'm like, bro, if I was on the Colts team, I just retired, bro. If I was in that quarterback room and they called a 44-year-old to come in there and I'm 28, I'll be like, bro, fuck it. I'm out of here. Shout out to the NFL. Thank you for giving an opportunity, but this is not for me. If a 44-year-old guy can come in here and take my job within 2 weeks, I can't play quarterback. Crazy work. Uh, the red pill ideology BS won't work in this unpredictable ass life. Yeah, and most of the guys that are talking about it are speaking from theory. They're speaking from theory. They're speaking from a book they've read. Guys, women are not, you can know all that red pill stuff, but when you see a woman in real life that you like, all that, it's gonna be hard to decipher and filter through that red pill BS. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, if she give you a hand job, all that different red pill stuff can go out the window. It happens too many times. And and I'm gonna remind you guys again, whenever you have friends or family or whoever, um, because we'll the dudes that really know and deal with women in real life, we can decipher which women are good and bad women in real life, despite how good they look or whatnot. But you can't tell your man the honest truth because he's getting his Johnson wet. And I'm gonna advise you guys. This is one of the realest advice you'll probably ever hear: is when dick and pussy is involved, do not. You can't. You can't be logical with nobody, bro. When some dick and pussy and love is involved, shut up. Shut up. You're gonna have to let your friend find out the hard way. You're gonna let your family member find out the hard way. Your brother find out the hard way, bro. When dick and pussy is involved, all logic, these different theories and all this stuff go out the window, bro. They're not gonna hear it. Talk about arrested development. Serbian Orthodox Christians celebrate today, and Christians on the old calendar. Shout out to them. Said Philip Rivers is the man. He is the man. What position did you play at college football? I didn't play college football. I could have. I would have played linebacker, but I hated football after my senior year, bro. I had some decent highlights. I tried to save my highlights from football, but I can't find them no more on Huddle. Yeah, I was pretty solid at linebacker. I just was done with football, bro. I hated football, but I was good at it. Even no, or even a BJ, bro. Leave it alone, bro. Bro, if a dude that's red pill and he not used to getting BJ's, bro, and he ejaculate with inside her mouth, he's done. he's not gonna he's not gonna listen to any of that red pill stuff. He's gonna be like, bro, she's different, bro. Like, she loves me, face ass. And really, it's not love. It's the fact that he got tender dick. And some of your friends, it's hard. It's a harsh reality for you guys, but some of your friends is tender dicks. you know, soon as a woman make them come or make them ejaculate, they all head over heels for her. And like I said, once that shit happens, you can't rationalize with your friend. Just let him get he ain't gonna listen to that shit. He ain't gonna listen to you preaching to him. Knowing what triggers high status to them does work in picking up chicks for short term. Yeah, yeah, like yeah. Like one of those dating coaches actually said something intelligent. He said, being Conor McGregor is good for the short term. Excuse me. And he correlated that because Conor McGregor is one of those guys that he's like Mike Tyson. He's trying to knock you out within the first 2 or 3 rounds. And so yeah, for the short term, being flashy, arrogant, all the different fast cars and stuff, that's good for short term for sure. The red pill is ain't going to stop everybody from getting married and things of that nature anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. Like men have never really truly stuck together against women because different men get access from different ways to women. You know what I'm saying? If you're 5'2" and 250 pounds overweight, you're gonna pay for it. You're not gonna, especially if you don't want to level up and get out of shape and get into shape and make money. You just gonna pay for it, $300. So how can you get the guy that's can't get woman unless he pays to stop and correct women's behavior? And you know, patriarch is not gonna happen, bro. We're always gonna be attracted to women at the end of the day, anyway. Yeah. That's the thing, bro. Like dudes be trying to reverse their nature. It's like you can't reverse your nature, bro. That's unhealthy. You're supposed to like women. You're supposed to have intercourse with women. I'm just telling you, the treacherous path of dealing with the Western woman, there's so many different things you have to deal with because you live in a matriarchy. Just be prepared and have a contingency plan for when that shit goes wrong, relationship wise, whatever it is, having a child support, whatever it is, have a plan around that. I'm not saying don't deal with them because that'd be incel like. And you don't, and you need to deal with women because if you don't, you become a weirdo. You watch too much X-rated content. You become weird, bro. You watching cartoons, have intercourse with each other. It's ridiculous, bro. So yeah, you need to speak to women. I'm just saying, be aware. We're always going to be. It's edible unless you are the type to come out of the closet and swing the other way. And a lot of people are. Unfortunately, they keep it under wraps. Introvert, you'd be shocked at how many men are both ways or gay. Some men are for recreational, or some women are for recreational use only. Yeah, and that number is increasing. All I want a woman for is the company. I don't mind doing the shopping, the cooking, and the cleaning. Hey, different men have different strategies. The bottom line is that and it's crazy too, because before I read your comment, introvert, it's crazy because dudes, and I'm gonna have a very interesting live stream coming this weekend, guys, because we gotta break down this myth of Pookie and Ray Ray and Chad and Tyrone as being toxic men and them actually being losers. They're not actually losers. That's just the lie that you've been sold. But anyways, that's gonna be a lie we're gonna talk about on Saturday. So you guys stay tuned for that. That's gonna be very, very interesting. That's gonna be very informative. Yeah, we're gonna get into the meats and potatoes on that one. That's gonna be something you probably never heard before. The bottom line, but like you said, Nicholas, what caught my attention about your comment is men will shame different men for getting women in different ways. Some men will pay for it and don't mind taking her out to dinner. Some men will clean and cook and clean for her. I'm like, why do we care about what the man does to get the woman in the first place? It just kind of is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes, all they have to do is bring over the joint, smoke the joint, and then them drawers gonna drop right down. So it is what it is. Some dudes can go right in the club and smash the chick in the bathroom. We can only blame us men for so long, but it's also going to fall back on a lot of women. Yeah, we gotta. That's a different conversation for a Patreon-esque video. The bottom line is that a lot of American women brought this ish on themselves. They degraded themselves to the point of nothingness. Yeah, they did. Beyond recreational use, the best thing about a girlfriend is doing things together rather than alone, and having her there when you go to sleep at night. In that form, she's the prize. I wouldn't say that she's the prize, but hey, companionship does mean a lot. It's the natural order of men and women. Yeah, and the reason why I say that she's not the prize in those situations because you can get any girl to spend the night if she's attracted to you. Um, Her bringing value is what makes her an asset. Hope I am back from New Mexico by Saturday. About what time? It'll be it'll be in the morning time, Central Time. So we'll probably do it around because tomorrow I'm gonna have a long day of work and I'll be exhausted. So look forward around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Central Time on Saturday because that's gonna be a very informative, bro. That's gonna be a dark truth that most men cannot accept. The amount of a woman gains from a man is huge. She just has to turn up and stay. Yeah. What's going on, Damon? Merry Christmas to you guys. Hopefully you guys are spending the Merry Christmas with your family and friends. So that would be tight. We'll definitely try. Yeah, bro. And if you can't make it, you can always watch on the replay and comment your thoughts, and I'll, read them and like them. It seems like after being rejected by females, it had me thinking or believing that they don't like me or something. I think about that ish almost every day. Um, well, sometimes it's just like with your haters. Sometimes your haters aren't entirely wrong. So if women aren't finding you attractive, that means there's probably something that you're doing wrong, whether it's from your hygiene, the way you look, dress, smell. Maybe it's you need to lose a little bit of weight. Maybe you just change your clothes up, or maybe you just need to make more money or whatever it is and show up in the bins. Whatever the situation is, it's very informative for you to look into the mirror and find that out. Maybe you're not as socially um, you're not as socially smooth. You kind of maybe your personality when it comes to talking to people is not the best. But you definitely have to go and look into the mirror, and we all have to do this. I did this too. Whenever I was in college, I was like, man, whenever I dressed a certain way. In college, I learned that in certain environments, you can't dress the way you want to dress. So, like, if you're in a cowboy environment, you can't dress in Jordans and expect to be picked and selected by a whole bunch of women. But guess what? You dress like a cowboy, you go to a cowboy place, women are choosing now. And it wasn't anything that you did wrong or you didn't change up in your personality. You just changed your dress and now it's more acceptable to the people around you. So, whatever it is, you have to look into the mirror and find that out. Well, it's not that then, introvert. It's something else. Maybe you're a little nervous when you talk to them or something. I don't know. You have to find that out. You have to find the point of failure. And you do have to realize that rejection, a lot of people get rejected. That's just part of the game as well. You're not going to go, unless you're six, eighth, and great and in shape with money, you're not going to get rejected. You're not going to go without rejection. So one thing about women is on the surface appears that they take things serious, but they are just, but they just sensitive. They don't take it as serious as we do. It depends on what it is. Um, it depends on what it is. Women can take certain stuff to heart. Women definitely can't take rejection. It depends on what it is. Like we take betrayal a lot seriously than they do. Um, women like women can't take rejection. Like you ever like women be quick to shame you if y'all trying to get it in and you know you can't get it up. She takes that rejection personally, bro. That you don't have a heart on for her. You're not attracted to her. She takes that seriously. You know what I'm saying? Um, I rejected some women and they take that to heart, bro. They can't take it, bro. And that way, dudes are used to that. So we're like, oh, okay, fair enough. Always dress presentable and definitely take care of my hygiene. And I was never overweight to begin with. And I was then growing up and now working out to improve my physique. I don't dress in cowboy attire because I don't go to cowboy based events. That was just an example. I'm not saying you need to do that. Maybe it's your style, bro. I don't know. But you know you have some insecure. You know where the point of contact. So just go back and reflect on the time that the ball was dropped and do some experimenting. I was just throwing some stuff out there that could be to get you thinking about why it is what it is. Canceled a date with a woman once because she wanted to meet me an hour and a half later and she was fuming that I said forget meeting. Yeah. Yeah, women are extremely jealous when they don't have the attention and women are jealous about different stuff. Self-reflecting. Well, is it your height? Is it what? Is it the area that you're living in? You really this is not maybe it's not you at all. Maybe it's the level of woman that you're surrounding yourself with within that particular area or city that you're in. Maybe you have to move. Most women I've dated, I've walked up to. Shout out to you with the cold approach. That's a lost art. She don't give a F to cancel on a man, but if we cancel, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly, bro. She be up in arms. But yeah, guys, the crux of this live stream is basically to say that the holidays are dead because of the dynamics between men and women right now. And really what the holidays they serve as a certified and glorified rest day from the workplace to give you a break from the rat race. She don't get yeah, it could be local women, bro. Sometimes you got to switch up your environment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I was back in college, there's like only a percentage of me or only not men, only a percentage of women from a certain race that really like me. But shit, I moved to Houston. I go to Houston, I get a whole bunch more choosing signals. I go over here, I go over there, I go to this environment, that environment. So it depends on location matters. That's a legit reason too. Cold approach is the only way. Mm, mm, that's a bar. What brand white tee is that? It's a polo. It's a polo. I think it's a crew neck, polo crew neck. What's going on, Chris? Shout out to my man, Chris. Merry Christmas, man. My wife is in the kitchen working her ass off. Shout out to her. Shout out to the good women of the world. Holidays are just off days the older you get, unfortunately. That's really what it is, bro. Right? No, you don't even feel no Christmas spirit. I'm gonna be real with you, Damon. I don't feel no Christmas spirit. I'm like, bro, I just did a day off from work. I gotta hit that shit hard as fuck tomorrow. Damn. Got to be more careful. Even with the so-called cold approach, there's no guarantee that's she's going to accept you. Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee on anything. You get women by not appearing thirsty. That is the cornerstone. That's game 101 is do not appear desperate. When they think you don't give a F about her, then she views you as being above her. Yeah, but sometimes it's not. I want to give you guys a little bit of different stuff to think about. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes you guys will pull back on a woman that's actually attracted to you and really wants to see you. And, if she has high interest in you and you pull back, you're going to lose her. Some of these different strategies only work on lukewarm women or low interest women. And so you could pull back and lose a woman. I just want to give you guys a little bit of nuance to tighten up your game. Um, some women, when you ignore them and all this stuff, sometimes they still don't give a F. They still ghost you. It still don't reply back. So it's not an end all be all strategy. You have to mold the game. You have to be a little bit more detail oriented in certain ways. How do you do that specifically? Well, you got to have abundance, bro. And if you don't have abundance, you can't fake abundance. That's the thing. You can sit up here and try to fake abundance all you want to, but if you don't have abundance, you can't be abundant. So you got to work. You got to work through that stage of your development with women. There's no getting around that. You get women by if I could cold if I don't know if cold approaching is the way anymore. Women be saying you doing something to them. Yeah, it's a nuance to it. Definitely. Definitely don't be cold approaching women at work or nothing like that or at the gym. That's a horrible place. Bro, it's 80 degrees on Christmas. It feel like 4th of July. Tell me about it. Ridiculous stuff. Cold approach is good because you get to hear yourself, learn from yourself. Yeah, and you get that in-person interaction. You get to learn, different mannerisms, how people take certain things you say and accept it or not. You get to present yourself. Take on the women that look and smile, body language. Yep. Numbers game, but learn it from every experience more and more. I don't recall ever appearing thirsty or no ish like that. And plus, that ish is immature. I just approach in a respectful manner. Yeah. But like the approach game is actually pretty complex. It's not, that's not, like Nicholas said, bro, it's a thing you just have to experience, bro, because I've talked to women in person. I remember I was in Subway and this woman was just choosing hard, bro. Like she was just choosing hard, bro. And I was like, damn, she making this shit too easy. I gotta get her number, so I get her number, and then she didn't even reply back to the text messages that she sent me that I sent her. So, these are the different games that women play, and you have to be used to it to build that certain level of resilience up to where it doesn't bother you. Because if you're not used to this stuff, when women do certain stuff, it's going to ignore you and you're going to be on the internet saying these hoes ain't shit. And that's the wrong mindset. You know what I'm saying? um, I just approach it in a respectful manner. And depending on what kind of location you're in, introvert, you might have to be a little bit more gritty in your approach. That ma'am, how you doing? That shit. Them days, the women don't want to hear that shit today. I code approach anywhere. Shout out to you, man. Hey, shooter's gonna shoot. Shout out to my man Damon. Hey, one thing about men that a cold approach, the shooter is gonna shoot. They get the ball, they gonna shoot the basketball. You feel me? Shout out to the cold approach guys. That is a lost art. Damn sure not approach women at your job or at the gym. 35 degrees in Florence, Arizona. Mm, yeah, I agree, Damon. Strike when the iron is hot. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick. Bro, I know for a fact, Nicholas and Damon, you guys got some crazy cold approach stories. I'm talking about, homie. I didn't been around some shooters, homie, and they be picking up girls and getting girls' numbers, and they be on the phone, and they be, homie. This is crazy work. They be talking to the customer service because something broke down, and the lady, they be flirting with the lady and get the lady's phone number on the phone, homie, and they ain't even looked at each other. They just spitting game on the phone, and the woman liked it from their personality and conversation, and he get the digits on the phone, homie. Damn. Hey, them cold approach dudes that be in a they be homie, them cold approach dudes, you get a certain level of you get so used to spitting game that, like, bruh, the game it just flows to you, bruh. It's like second nature. You know what I'm saying? You look at a woman, you already know if you can get her or not. Shout out to my code approach guys. I haven't done this since the swell. Well, you're inexperienced, bro. Get some experience, bro. Just because she wants you one day doesn't mean she does the next. Yeah, exactly. Can have one good day with her and that's all. Other times too, gritty. How? So that's just something you got to develop, bro. You know, you got to look at some of these street dudes, how they be approaching chicks. They be roasting them, homie. They be roasting them. They be like, why you distracting me? Why are you distracting me, girl? I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. You over here distracting me. And then she gonna be like, "What you mean I'm distracting you? Like all this right here. What? Look, you just point. You ain't gotta say nothing. You just point at her bosom. All this right here." And she was like, "What you mean?" And you already from there you just talk normal conversation. Need to run excellent live stream. Hope to be back Saturday. Hey, shout out to you, Chris. Merry Christmas, man. What do you mean by being gritty or with your approach? Hey, that's what I'm saying, homies. Look for the dudes. Watch the live stream Saturday morning, bro. Master manipulation. It's the only way with women. They want it. They want to be seduced. Yeah, bro. That direct mode one right to the chase. That shit is not gonna work. That shit only works if she's slither and she's already in the club and she's already horny. That's like the one few situation that shit's gonna work. Then you got to wake up and do the aftercare. So yeah, guys, dealing with women is an actual skill, and like if you don't deal with women on a consistent basis, you're gonna lose that skill. You're gonna lose different stuff. So you got to get in the game. You got to know your chances, but still be confident. Worst thing that can happen is a no. The step by step. This the step by step. Manipulation is a horrible strategy. Introvert, you're showing your inexperience, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the bold guys that win. Now, granted, you don't have to manipulate like in a crazy way. You know what I'm saying? If you that man, you don't have to lie, cheat, deceive. I'm just saying, when Nicholas says seduce, that means you gotta take guys. A lot of these women, you guys get tricked by women because you think that she don't want to have intercourse just as much as you want to have intercourse. Guys, women are freaks, homie. They're freaks. They want to have intercourse just as much as you do. They're just trying to get something out of it before they get to that part. And so when Nicholas is saying, hey, she wants to sleep with you, just go around with that game with her. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta pay for dates or nothing like that. Just certain conversation pieces. You ain't even gotta do too much. It's hard for me to describe this shit because really, when it comes to women, it's really a in the moment thing. You know what I'm saying? You say you have to go on with the game plan. Yeah, you guys, like I said, mode one, that shit's not gonna work unless you 6'8" the great with money. That shit ain't gonna work. And even then, it's still not gonna work. Women want to get taken around. Don't go straight to it. Circle around it, and then zero in on it gradually. That's how women think and react. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of this is not making any sense to you guys. And I'm gonna have to sit down and actually think about this and actually break this down for you guys. But women are complex, but once you get it, they're not complex at all. Yeah, but even them girls, Nicholas, you can't. Even them girls that want to just hook up, you can't go from zero one, one to B. You got to go one, two, three, four. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if you ain't got the time, then go A to B and screw it, because you got a whole bunch of time. And whenever I say go to A, B, C, I'm not saying like play the long game. A lot of this stuff is what you say and how you say it, and that's how women are. They don't. They want. It's hard for me to describe this shit because women. Not all women are the same. One strategy not gonna work on the next woman. It's not gonna work. So yeah. So you guys send your last bit of questions and comments as we wind down this Christmas live stream. Again, I appreciate all you guys being in here. Hopefully you guys have a good Christmas. Spend some time with your family and friends, or just enjoy your day off. So we're gonna wind this live stream down. You guys send your last bit of questions and comments. Yeah, I mean, you still learning. I mean, we're all still learning, bro. And a lot of you can still know women and still get caught up in the game. It's crazy. Extrate, extrate, extrately niche. Shout out to you. So yeah, guys, we gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Shout out to my man Nicholas. Shout out to my man Extrately. Shout out to my man Introvert Nicholas Extrately, Damon, Chris, my other real friend Chris Polka Dot. If you guys are into college football content, you guys will give my friend Polka underscore a underscore dot one a follow on TikTok. If you guys are into gaming content, go check out my man Introvert. So yeah, you guys, shout out to all the OGs for being in here on this Christmas noontime stream. So yeah, guys, shout out to you guys again. Stay tuned for Saturday's live stream. We're gonna have a very important breakdown for you guys. 2026 plans, miles, making money. That's gonna be all about making money. Uh, and I'm not inexperienced when it comes to females in general. The asking out comes with trial and error until you eventually get it anyway. Yep, you're at different stages and transform as a person to get women. Yeah, but 2026 is all about the bag. All about the bag. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys for being here. Again, Merry Christmas to you all. Enjoy your family and friends and get some rest. I will see you guys Saturday morning. Peace.